Yeah, how do you look back now on Snow-Capped Romance?
I love that record.
I look back on it quite fondly.
Yeah. Good. It was a good
Representation of the band at the time. So we were pretty happy with where the band was then, and we gained a lot more fans on the record, so it was a pretty positive record for us.
Okay, you were saying it was a good, it gave, how the band was standing right then. Can you explain a little bit more?
Well, I think the very first record that the world got to see was a collection of current songs and songs that were written, from anywhere from 4 to 6 years before that. So it wasn't a fresh group of songs that really represented the band of where it was at the time. So we kind of had mixed feelings on that. But, it did its job, and we gained fans that we had never had before. So the name kind of got out there, and it ran its course. But then when we got the chance to write the last record, just being able to have a fresh batch of brand new songs that the band could identify with itself was extremely important for us. We were so tired of the old songs, and we really wanted to have new songs that
just like starting on a fresh slate.
So it was just, it had many different good feelings, but basically it was, we liked how the record turned out, and we were really glad to be able to have new material.
And you were saying you were tired of playing the songs of the first record, or are you tired now of playing the songs of Snow-Capped Romance?
To a certain degree. I think you always do. You don't really get tired of it, but you definitely want to try, to get some new stuff going there, because that's what keeps it exciting for yourself, is to try to make stuff that is more exciting to play. Or, there's always ways, after you write a song and then you play it live and tour on it for a while, you see what works live and how much, and it affects your writing. I think makes you see, I can't wait till we write a new song because I want to try something along these lines, and it gives you ideas and stuff as to.
Do you have an example of a song that you recorded on Snow-Capped Romance and that turned out differently while playing live? Do you have an example?
Oh yeah, what's one on that?
I think it's more like little musical things here and there, like maybe just one little way to do a melody different vocally for me, little tiny bit. But for the most part, it's like our drummer. He likes to change things here and there, that's kind of his thing. So nothing drastically, nothing where I think people would be like, whoa, what are these guys doing? We didn't just make a metal part become an acoustic section, it's not like that. But I think what he's saying is, like, whenever we do write songs and record them, a couple months later after playing them live, we're like, man, I should have done this. This is what I've been doing now, and I think that always happens. You're never really done with the song. I guess.
And I also meant like just pertaining to like the new record. You figure out, you're like, oh, I want to try that on the next record. When you go to record a new song, you're like, oh, I remember how certain things worked live, or certain just ideas.
But do you now have an example for this record of a song that you were saying, we couldn't have done it on the previous one because of the things we've learned playing live between?
There's a song, like I think the bridge section of track 8, which is "We'll Pull This In by Hand." It's got like a straightforward rock, just very. It would have sounded plain, I think, before. Whereas if you do it a certain way, or just nowadays, it's very rock and cool. It seems like, I don't know, and I don't know if that's. I guess it is. It's probably a very live part. So that could be like a small example of it, I guess.
I haven't been able to play the songs live too many times yet for me to really see if there was things that we hadn't done prior or are now doing. So I'm not really sure.
Okay, well.